Dreams. They are the soft lights of the soul. They are born quietly in our hearts, whispering to us about what life could be. A dream is not just a wish, it's a piece of who we are. It's a voice that says, "You are meant for more." But Lobar's dreams didn't get the chance to bloom. One by one, they were buried under the weight of tradition and expectation. Lobar once dreamed of studying, working, traveling, of breathing freely in her own world. But instead, she found herself trapped in a life she never chose. Now, her days pass in silence, washing dishes, cooking meals, serving others. Her hands are busy, but her heart feels empty. Every sound of her mother-in-law's voice is a reminder that she has failed in their eyes, failed to become a mother, failed to be the kind of wife tradition demands. There is no reason behind these traditions, no kindness in them, yet they are obeyed like sacred rules. Because it's our custom, they say, as if that explains everything. And so, Lobar follows them too, even when they crush her spirit. Her dreams have not died completely. They are just sleeping somewhere deep inside her, waiting for a day when she might be brave enough to wake them again. One day, while walking through the crowded market, searching for the cheapest food she could find, Lobar suddenly froze. In front of her stood someone from another world, her old classmate, Zilola. She looked radiant, graceful, and full of life, her eyes calm and confident, her smile soft and peaceful. For a moment, time stopped. The world around Lobar faded away. The shouts of the sellers, the noise of traffic, even the smell of dust and ripe fruit, everything disappeared into silence. After a few moments of conversation, Lobar realized the truth that pierced her heart. Her friend had everything she once dreamed of: a career, independence, respect, and a life shaped by her own choices. And Lobar, she had nothing but a handful of vegetables and an ocean of unspoken sadness. At that moment, something sharp and invisible cut through her heart, like a knife without a blade. The pain wasn't physical. It was deeper, quieter, and more cruel. It came from a place she had tried to silence for years. Something inside her, long buried under chores, tears, and traditions, suddenly stirred. It was her dream. The dream she had buried beneath duty and despair was alive again. Fragile, trembling, but alive. Part 1. The woman staked in a gamble. 2 years passed after the wedding. Divorce, running away to faraway places, those had become nothing more than empty words. Her mother no longer lent an ear to her sorrow. Instead, she would scold her, calling her too fragile and sensitive. Her father was struck by illness, suddenly lay imprisoned in his bed, and soon passed away. Her younger brother, Bahram, had yet to finish school, while the youngest, Sahib, was still in the lower grades. On the day Lobar turned 19, she went to the market. That evening, guests would be arriving for her birthday. Since the money she had on hand was barely enough, she wandered from stall to stall, searching for the cheapest fruit and groceries. There, she unexpectedly bumped into a woman, her former classmate, Zilola. Seeing how much she had changed, for a moment, Lobar could only stare in disbelief. At school, Zilola had been a quiet, ordinary girl. Now she stood tall, a spark of fire in her eyes, glowing with health and confidence. Her face shone with a healthy, radiant glow, her figure full and graceful. The gold chain around her neck alone was worth more than all of Lobar's jewelry combined. After the two friends greeted each other with a warm kiss, a young man in a white shirt standing nearby said, "Zola, I'll go take care of that thing I mentioned. Wait for me over there, on that bench with your friend, all right?" "All right," Zola replied lightly, fluttering her fingers in farewell. "Don't keep us waiting too long. Tagmatake." Across the street from the market stood a row of bookshops and beauty salons, with benches lining the walkway. The two friends sat down on one of them, a little hesitantly, as if unsure how to begin. "I'm upset that you didn't come to my wedding," Zalola said at last, her voice carrying both reproach and curiosity. "You have shut yourself away completely at home. Have you really sunk that deep in your household life?" "What kind of household life?" Lobar let her hand fall in frustrated dismissal. "I can't lift my head out of this misery. You probably know my husband, my uncle's son. He was good for nothing from the start, and now he's worse than ever." "Oh, come on, don't complain," said Dalola gently. "Everything will be all right one day." "I can't believe that, my dear friend. 2 years have passed." "And I haven't carried a child once. My husband comes home drunk every night. My mother-in-law keeps nagging constantly. I'm exhausted. If I can't pour out my heart to you, who else can I tell? They didn't even let me come to your wedding." "Don't take umbrage at me. They don't even allow me to visit my own mother. To be honest, even going there makes my heart tremble. Ever since my father passed away, my mother has started treating my troubles as something ordinary, nothing to worry about. My in-laws think I complain only because my father-in-law's fallen into poverty, as though I'd be happy if he were rich. Tell me, what kind of happiness can a woman find in the hands of a man who no longer sees her as human?" Zalola's face clouded. "Doesn't he let you work anywhere?" "I never studied anywhere. Who would hire me? By the way, are you still working at the clinic?" Yes, I'm on work leave now, Zalola said, her tone suddenly turning serious. They aren't blaming you for not conceiving, are they? Oh, I'm the guilty one no matter what, sighed Lobar. Even when the wind blows, it's somehow my fault. You wouldn't believe how many quarrels there've been, Zalal. Ask if there is any insult left they haven't thrown at me. I can't understand such people, Zalola said, her cheeks flushing with anger. Not being able to conceive depends on the man too. Lobar, listen, I know a doctor, a distant relative of ours, a wonderful woman. If you go see her, she'll find out exactly what's wrong. I've actually been thinking of seeing a doctor for a long time, Lobar admitted softly. You're right. This isn't something to keep putting off, said Zalola with resolve. And it'd be better even if you come while I'm still here. Next month, Tagmat and I are leaving for Moscow. His brothers work in a supermarket there. They've found jobs for us too. If we manage to save $10,000–$15,000, we might open our own shop someday. May your wishes come true, Lobar murmured, her voice sinking lower. Zalola opened her mouth to say, You too should come to Russia as well. But something held her back, and she fell silent instead. Going to Russia and finding a good job was no easy thing. Her husband could easily disgrace himself there. If a man cannot manage his life in his own homeland, what could he possibly achieve in a foreign land? On her birthday, Lobar sat with a heart too heavy, with a knees unable to take joy in anything. When the glasses were raised with cheerful wishes saying, May you be fruitful, blessed with sons and daughters, her eyes filled with tears. In this house, the guests drink, and so do the hosts. Under the power of alcohol, they wish one another children, prosperity and success, good position in life. Yet when it comes to action, what appears instead as a crowd of weak-willed idlers, pleasure-seekers without resolve. Come on, let's hear a few words from her too, the guests urged. Lobar did not wish to speak, but they would not let her be. It's only been 2 years since I got married, Lobar said suddenly, her voice firm and steady. Every time they force a glass into my hand, I see before my eyes the face of my late grandmothers and grandfathers, people who never drank as I do now, who worked honestly for every morsel of bread, sweating through winter and summer alike. Today, I met an old classmate. She has everything: a hard-working, caring husband, a car, gold. Soon they'll be leaving for Russia. Like a real honeymoon trip, she said. And is this friend of yours pretty? One of Marv's drunken companions chimed in with a smirk. I'm telling you, she has everything, Lobar replied vehemently. If you'll pardon me, another man slurred. What kind of man is her husband? A decent one. Huh, maybe he married her with a lie just to sell her abroad. The drunk sneered. Who spends their honeymoon in Russia, huh? Nonsense, poor nonsense. Oh, Russia, the boundless land. Laughter rippled through the table. Marv's drunken body snickered loudly, while Lobar's younger brother sat frozen in shame, wishing the floor would swallow them whole. "But there's one thing my friend doesn't have," Lobar went on quietly, her words falling heavy as stones. "Misery." The drunken husband didn't even gasp her strange bitter toast. They lifted him and laid him on the couch.